places where the map ends and the unknown begins, where shadows whisper and the truth hides in plain sight. Welcome to Agents of the Unexplained, the broadcast for those who seek what others fear to find. Here is your host, Bill Rigby.
Bill Rigby leads the way into the strange. Whispers in the static, truth inside.
Good evening, everyone. You got to excuse me. My sinuses are acting up. Damn weather change and everything. But anyhow, tonight we're going to be talking about what they said. You know, I haven't been on that much. I've been really busy here at home and trying to get stuff done and get that going. But the problem we're having is I jump on, I see people saying different stuff, belittle other ones for their research work, or I'm this good at my research. Get yourself right. Hey, Hannah, how you doing, hon? Johnny, how you doing? It's not just in the cryptid world, it's in the paranormal world. And one thing I saw today, it made me wonder. And I started thinking, in the paranormal field, has anyone debunked any of this stuff? As they put it, lately. Yeah, some has. And some even said, other ones had stuff happening there and they didn't. But it's just the timing, the energy. Tracker, how you doing, brother? Yeah, are these people actually debunking anything? I don't know. I have not been keeping up with a lot. I admit it. The thing is we all gotta. My camera's acting up. It wants to fly wherever it wants to go. And hold on a second, folks. I'll fix that. It is fun, Hannah. I enjoy it too. The thing is that you go out with a good researcher and ghost investigators. The thing is that that's like in the cryptid world. You got to be choosy who you go out with. I was invited to go up to Portage County today for an interview, and that from these gentlemen from Canada is going to be there, but things come up, I couldn't go. They suppose you got 1 million followers, whatever. That's fine. That worldwide. We're all worldwide. I got followers over in England and that. Hey, BJ, and I appreciate all my followers. I really do. It's very interesting to see that we're getting out there and trying to share the knowledge and all that. So it's very interesting. And the thing is, we got to try to stick together, try to stay honest, quit belittling this researcher's doing this, now he's into doing that. Who cares? They're out there. It gets disgusting out in that field. Johnny Freeman and I discussed this over and over again, and it's never going to change. I love to see it change, but it's never going to. You know, BJ, she has a lot of different activities up in her area. Um, and it's interesting. And do I try to condemn her for what she's getting and the pictures? No. And she's not really going out researching. It's right around her home. So that makes it even more interesting. Um, you know, I got out for a little bit and then the storm came in. And the thing is, do I condemn anyone else going out looking? Nope. Bob Schultz, how are you doing, brother? Pete Bobick, my man. You know, we all gotta be doing it. Mr. David Parker, you're 110% right. Anymore, it's just a pissing contest. See who's doing what. No. All I care about what you're doing is you're getting any results and share them, you know. Then, okay, there's something else. I was asked last night, have I did any of that UFO release stuff, did any research on it? And I said, no, I haven't. Too much going on here. So I don't know what is BS with it and what's not. But, you know, and the person was very adamant for me to check it out. And I says, when I get time. I'm glad you're doing better, Bob. But the thing is that, you know, get out there, do the research, share the knowledge. Someone starts, especially in my group, if they go and put you down for sharing your info, I'm kicking their asses right out the door. Quick. No ifs, ands, buts. I don't put up with that. And then, as some of you know, I'm selling my house. I was signing papers with these people yesterday for disclosure forms, acknowledge forms. I don't need a mod right now. Thank you. The thing is, when the person comes driving up and the lady goes, hey, ain't you the Bigfoot guy? Yeah. He right here, he believes in Bigfoot, but he wants to go hunting. I said, what do you mean go hunting? He says, yeah, I want to shoot one. I says, go on up the road. I don't need someone to go out hunting. I want to shoot one. That shit ain't happening around me. I do not believe in harming a Bigfoot. I believe, well, Brian Little, how you doing, my man? I believe that we should research them. We should try to study them. Excuse me. But go out and shoot one to say, yeah, we got one here they are. No. Too many eyewitness reports. Too many. And for them not being there. And believe me, I'm one of the eyewitnesses. The thing is, we need to understand what we're researching. And the only way to do that is to study them. Now, that's anything in the cryptid world, in the paranormal world. You got to study them. You know, when you're doing research in the paranormal, when you're ghost hunting, you use what works. You know, some things might work in one place and don't work another. You just don't know. Uh, you know, all right. Wait a minute. I got to put my glasses on for this one, David. Lou, I kind of agree with you 100% there. I figure out the mystery of Bigfoot. Most are way off. The DNA is all wrong, and they are not human hybrid. They are an older species, but we do have a common source of DNA. Good possibility. Good possibility. When they say hybrid humanoid, I don't know. How did they come up with that? What's a hybrid humanoid? Did we have sex with ape? No, I'm sorry. That one I don't agree with. Yeah, they're way off on that, Dave. I agree. But you know, I try to use a little bit of everything out there when I'm Bigfoot hunting, even with my ghost hunting stuff. I use it. Hannah's been out with these guys that they've done different things. You're right here, BJ. I'm putting that up. No, we don't want them harassed. We don't want them killed. We don't want them being chased around. Stand back and study. In the very beginning of my starting to research Bigfoot, before I had my sighting, I was strong belief we needed DNA. We needed DNA. No, we didn't need DNA. Hi, Sarah. Because when I walked in there, down that trail, and it was 15 feet off the trail from me, right inside the wood line, if that far, like our buddy Mike Bennett said. I didn't need DNA then. I saw it. I know they're there. And I don't care who believes me, who don't believe me. And I believe that's why they gift you that crystal too, BJ. I really do. Now, Dave and them are talking on the Facebook, and YouTube stuff comes up on my feed here in the comments. Facebook ones don't. That's why I got my phone up, and they do not have an evolutionary path. They are the Iggy slaves brought here by the Anunnakis. So, very high possibility, David. I'm not saying they are or they're not, because I really don't know. The thing is, we can say things that we're pretty certain of, but can we say 100%? No. I just dropped that heart shape of Beth and I. Oh, I can get in trouble for that one. But anyhow, the thing is, what I saw, I believe, was flesh and blood. Some of my research and investigating on some of these sightings lead me to believe they could be interdimensional. Are they? I don't know. It's just, we got to learn. And instead of putting each other down, you know, Dave Parker got a family of them near his place. BJ has some near his place. You know, we have some just a couple miles from me. And how did I know that? The trackway I found. Well, Brendan Sproul and I found it, not just me. Then, a few weeks later, one ran across the highway in front of this female that worked within the police department, ran across the front of her vehicle, and there's a guy in a pickup truck that worked construction that was behind her. And they both saw it as it went across the road and went down into the little gully there and disappeared. And I went there because Jamie King took the report, but he was headed to the OBC at the time. And I told him, you want me to go check it out? Yes. You know, and I'll tell you what, if I find anything. Well, Brendan and I went out. We did find a footprint down in that gully. Then we found a footprint going down the one road leading back to the beaver pond. There's a path going up. There's a footprint on the little bank there. And that was not a human footprint. David wrote this too. Let me read this. I suspect one of the females had a baby. The call sounds like a woman fussing over a newborn. Not so different. Good possibility. Hello, Virginia. How's Jenny doing tonight? I saw Brian here from at the OBC on the weekend of the 3rd. It was good seeing him too. But the thing is, you know, so it's not just me that witnessed them, not just Dave, not BJ. Yeah, we all. Yes, we like to know what they are, but we have to study them to figure this out. And do they want to be around humans? Hell no. It's like that dumbass that came up past my place and said, yeah, I want to hunt one and shoot it. Get the hell out of here. Yeah. Well, number one, if you shoot it, I'll guarantee you that the rest of the clan's around somewhere. Would you really want to be in the middle of getting your ass whipped by a Bigfoot or a bunch of them? There ain't going to be nothing left. And I do believe there's more than one in a certain area. And maybe once in a while they're traveling alone, looking for something or foraging, whatever, but I don't think they're always alone. You're right, BJ. The human race is not very trustworthy. And I agree 110%. Hey, my friend Terry, how are you doing, Terry? They are not. You got some that are out there that are great researchers, and they're out all the time, and they're trying to figure this out. Like my friend Sparky. He's out there a lot. He's trying different things. And, you know, he's not out there to kill him. Johnny, same thing with him. He's not out to kill him. Why? Why do we want to kill him? Don't make sense to me. What do make sense to me is that the ones that are going out to learn and figure this out, that makes sense. The ones that are in the paranormal world trying to say they're the best at it, or the psychics who thinks they're the best at it. I actually met a couple that psychics that thought they were psychics, but they were picking up on different things that the people said, and they exploited it. Other ones, they said they pulled stuff out of thin air and laid it out on them, and those are the ones I trust. Right there. You know, anybody can exploit something you roundabout said. You know, when my one psychic friend called me and started telling me Beth was talking to her. Okay. Do you want to hear what she had to say? Go for it. I mean, you got me on the phone now. Tell me. And she did. And a lot of the things were in general about getting my ass back out in the woods where I belong. Hey, Renee, get out there where I belong. Yes. Everyone knows that's my solitude. But she did say a couple things that I didn't put out there. And I haven't really told anyone. And a couple things that was just between me and Beth. And that told me Beth was talking to her. And some of the things, it made me feel better. And Johnny, you're 110% right. A lot of fake people in all walks of life. It doesn't have to be Bigfoot, ghosts, psychics, even people trying to say they know how to do something, and they don't. It's crazy. Nancy, you're here finally. When my younger days, I listened to a lot of people in their talk, and it's like I pick up on that, and it's like, no, thank you. I don't want to know. I don't care what you, because I don't believe you. I know you're lying, and I stayed away from them. And that's something going on in the Bigfoot world too. I've been staying away from several. And Renee, you ran into a few too. They say he gets called by state police to go exterminate a bad Bigfoot. He's traveling clean into central Ohio from West Virginia because he got a state trooper called him. Bullshit. Bullshit. Why would they call him? People like that try to beat their own horn like they're something. I'm not, no one special. I admit it. Even my dog says so. It's, no, seriously. Yeah. I don't feel like I'm anything special. I'm just me. I'm just honest about it. Um, you know, there's just people out there that got to make themselves bigger. And something I realized, when Beth died, and I'm reading all the stuff being wrote to me about it, and it touched my heart. I ain't gonna lie. And it really did. That they took time to give their condolences, say they're there for me, in the whole 9 yards. And I'm bullheaded. Yeah, I'm still suffering. I'm still grieving. And I don't go out and talk to anybody about it per se, what's going on inside. Yeah, I hurt. I do hurt. But I don't want people to use that against me. That's the way I grew up. It might be a bad thing. It might be a good thing. Oh, my ex-squatchy wife. Hi, Debbie. You got to call me. This week's running out. Me and her are supposed to go out in the woods. And she needs to call me so we can go. But anyhow, yeah, we do have some bad people out in the Bigfoot world, in the paranormal world. Not everybody, though. And I learned to trust some and stick by them. And there is some that I don't associate with. I just walk away. And actually, I ran into one down there, down in Beaver Creek for Beaver Creek Bigfoot Day a few years ago. They were there, and I was talking to a couple of people when they come walking up and start talking. I just walked away. I don't need to be around people like that. All right, wait a minute. David says, most do not understand why they behave the way they do. They live in families, and the juvenile males act as guards. So if a juvenile male acts hostile, it's because he is acting as a distraction. So the females and child can go to where they feel safe. Probably. Sparky, that's where you're wrong. The bad one's always drinking Coke. You thought I was going to say Mountain Dew. Yes, and I drink Dr. Pepper. But the thing is, Sparky's another good one. Yes, there is. There is camping at Beaver Creek, Renee. Missy, love you, honey. Now, the thing is, thank you, BJ. I'm going to ask right now. Please say a prayer for my sister. She went to have a hernia surgery taken care of. Ended up with 5 hernias altogether they had to operate on. My nephew-in-law need prayers too. Possible colon cancer. And the doctor says they're pretty straight up. That they're pretty positive. Need prayers for him too. He's a good guy. He works his butt off, take care of my niece and my great niece, and they deserve it. They really deserve these prayers. Hey, Mud, how you doing, beautiful? Tim, I'm glad you're out there. Yeah, my family's been getting hit hard lately. Craziness. But you know what? We're survivors. We really are. It may take us a while, but we're survivors. The other thing too, at the OBC, before I went in the check-in and the whole 9 yards, I stopped at the group camp area. Amy Copeland and the crew were there at the group camp, and I had to stop and see them. Great group of people. They really are. Down to earth, great researchers. They're out there having fun, hanging together in the cold and the rain and everything else. Oh, it got cold that weekend. And they were in their tents. But those ones there are the ones that did this. They just mug them. And that hit me good. Good people. They have, how can I put it? Amy has gotten screwed over by some people out there who's not even real researchers. And I'm not mentioning names right now because this was a couple years ago. And they used to follow me, and when I brought up that I back Amy on this situation, they unfollowed me, and I'm a no good SOB. Oh, well, I'm a no good SOB for knowing someone that tells the truth. And Amy had backup on the whole situation. Why would you do that to a good person? How can you not, Mud? How can you not love those ladies? They are special. Yeah. And Brian, I got to watch that. Brian was there too, and so was Mark. It was great seeing all of you there. I really, that kind of helped the weekend for me. Actually, I went to a psychic fair, which kind of out of my realm a little bit. But going to OBC, seeing a lot of the people that I respect and care for there, meeting some new people, it was worth it. And it kind of got me out of the funk I was in. and kind of renewed the possibility of, hey, I enjoy researching. You know, uh, I do because I didn't know if I'd go back out after Beth died, and that's the truth of the matter. Uh, do I want to put up with some of these people and their dumb shit, or do I want to go out and research? I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I didn't know, and I'm not pulling no punches on that. I did not know. I thought for sure I was going to leave the Bigfoot world, the paranormal world. Uh, Katie, how you doing, beautiful? I must admit, it, going to OBC made a difference, and I love it. And I got something here. I got to show people. I got one. You all need to get this. The miniature Katie Elizabeth 2026 calendar. That's the cover. She is a beautiful lady. And the money she raised for this goes to her research. No. Yeah, definitely got to keep going, Katie. You got so much to do. So do I. Wow. You didn't think I'd throw that up there. Contact Katie for your calendar. Brian, my man. You're right. You're right. I'll put that up. Take your time to learn the new world. And it's a struggle at times, Brian, but and OVC brought the joy back to it. It really did, and I'm glad. A lot of people don't understand how deep my depression went, because I try not to show it too often. Now and then I did on here. I know I did. But it was a lot deeper. It's the people out here in the Bigfoot and paranormal world. It's been great. They, I'm saying some stuff about some of them that I'm sorry, they ain't worth crap. But the majority of the people, and I do mean the majority, are awesome people. Good night, David. I'll be talking to you soon. We got to have some great friendship along with our research and our studies and that. And we need to get along. And I'll try to be top dog, as Johnny puts it. I know some really great researchers. Katie, she puts a lot of time and money in the CHAMP research. She really does. And she's like the one wrestler says, all gas, no brakes. She's full throttle. And I ain't pulling no punches. And I know Sparky's, he's somewhat gas. And boy, does it stink. No. Sparky's another great researcher. we got a lot of great people out there, and listen what they got to say. My buddy Brian there, you know, yes, he loves Bigfoot and that, but he does a lot of other stuff. Oh, IndyCar racing's coming up. Purdue's early season football camps coming up. Yes, he's a diehard fan of his alma mater. But no, seriously, I enjoy sitting down talking with Brian. And some of his stories are very interesting. Let me tell you, you're like, whoa, okay, but no, seriously, I was scrolling through Facebook earlier on some reels, and the Bigfoot expert has come up again. And I'm surprised it came up on, because I know he blocked me, because I had to say something to him, because that was really pissing me off. How can you call yourself the expert? What makes you the expert? Blocked. So, yes, I'm calling him out on it. I'm far from an expert. And I don't have to study on my own property to say I'm an expert. You're right, Brian. It does keep us sane-ish. But yeah, it's just, it's an interesting world, and we really need to try to get along and understand what we're researching instead of trying to be a top dog all the time. Stop putting other researchers down. I'm going to use an example, and it still kind of upsets me that they do this to this person. Amy Boo. She got Project Zoo book. And there's some very, influential people from colleges, professors and scientists and all that are involved with it, as long as you keep it kind of quiet. You can explain what it is and what your research, and they're one big think tank. It gets out that they're in there, and then they can lose their jobs and their position. So, and they say Amy don't share stuff. She shares, not everything, but she shares. I got a lot of love and respect for Amy. I really do. And people get mad about her, the way she does this. But I've gone to listen to her talk a lot. And she shares. There's some stuff, some of my research I can't share. The people don't want you to know that giving you the report, don't want the stuff out there. And I can't blame them. It's called respect of their wishes. It is their report. I'm just taking it. A little bit of humility shouldn't be a bad thing. We don't know what we don't know. Some know more than we do. Humility is a willingness to learn, and some can't handle that. That's true. Mark Eddy, how you doing? And Lou, you're right. None of us are experts. I'm an expert at not knowing everything. That's what I'm an expert at, not knowing everything. You know, come on. So go and put someone down because they're going out and researching Dogman along with Bigfoot. Why? You know, Agents of the Unexplained researches everything. UFOs, the paranormal, the cryptid. Put me down for it. Why? I'm sorry. It's all wrong. Put someone down because they believe they're extraterrestrial Bigfoot. Why put them down? Listen to their theories. Interdimensional. Put them down. No, why? Listen to their theories. Listen to some of the stuff. And like I said earlier, the interdimensional. That's a possibility. Extraterrestrial, definitely a possibility. Flesh and blood. That's what I think they are. But am I right? I don't know. But I'm open to any possibility because none of us knows the damn truth. And once you start telling me you know it all, yep, Joni, number one is keeping an open mind. You and me discussed that many times. I always say it isn't my work in theory, but hey, if they investigate that lane, I don't have to. True, Brian. But that's the thing. They might be able to come up with some new evidence that ties in with your research. So why put them down? Don't put them down. Support them. And just say, hey, I understand what you're saying. I might not agree with you, but I'm listening and I'm trying to learn from what you're saying. Yeah, they're out of our realm of thinking. Yep, that is true. Because I'm the one that always said from day one, for all the ones that do know me from day one, respect one another, share your knowledge so we all can learn. We're all in the learning capacity of this cryptid and paranormal and UFO fields. So share your knowledge so we can learn. I try to share mine all the time. Tree structures. At first, I'm thinking, well, yeah, this is all big. No. And Jamie King beat this one in my head with his little stick. No, not with his little stick. But debunk it. Is it man-made? Animal-made? Weather? That it just brought and fell there. You got to try to debunk whatever you're studying. You try to debunk it first before you say, yes, it's a possible Bigfoot. Yes, it's a possible ghost doing this. Whatever. Open mind. Hey, my girl, how you doing? Onisha, glad you made it. Now, the thing is, if you're not sure, don't say you're sure. That's the other thing. I'm not in it. That's true. Said for a long time, a lot of people are experiencing the same thing, but we're just translating it differently. three people can have the same experience but explain it differently. Yes. Yes. A few years ago, a friend of mine took a picture of a UFO downtown Sharon. She was in the parking lot of the city center facing upriver and got a picture of it. People try to say that was a street light. That was the parking lot light. And you can see where the pole is, and you can see off to the side is where, and higher up was the UFO. And I try to stick up for her, and people start slamming my ass. Well, I didn't care. They got off of her case. You know, she was getting slammed. I had a guy on the East Hill of Sharon contact me and said he saw the same thing about the same time. Now, a guy on the west side in Patagonia area said the same thing. There's 3 reports seeing the same thing at approximately the same time, same description, the whole 9 yards. How could that be a street light that far up? How could be whatever these people are trying to say and belittle her? And I tell you what, she don't say much on Facebook anymore, and I don't blame her. The way they treated her, people are ignorant. And yes, I turned those 3 reports into MUFON. If you don't know what MUFON is, for some of the people out there, it's the Mutual UFO Network. And it's worldwide. And they record it all. My one mentor, who passed away December 3rd, Fred Saluga, was a state guy for West Virginia and assistant state director for Pennsylvania, and then I think he was made state director for Pennsylvania. They lost a great researcher for that too when he passed away. Now he'll sit there and tell me Bigfoot's interdimensional, and he diehard believed they are, but he was open to everything else too. And I'm fortunate enough to have a thing from him on the paranormal Bigfoot. And he told me to keep it. And so I did, and I'm using it this year on some of my presentations. I'm very happy that I got it. Other than that, Monisha, where have you been all day? You're late to the party. Yeah, Lou, you gave it to Stan. I like Stan too. Did you give him the original videotape, or did you make copies and give to him? Say, I don't care who it is. I'm not going to give away my originals. That's just me. I ain't saying you did wrong, but that's just me. I'm keeping the original. Reason of, I'm the one that videotaped it. I'm the one that I want to keep that stuff. I'll make copies for people, like Stan or Fred. You know, when Fred was alive, I'd make copies for him. Yeah. That's, oh, okay. That's great. That's great, Lou. I'm glad you made copies. Because when you said you gave some of your UFO videotapes to Stan, it's like, oh, no, 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 no. Even though we trust him, got to keep your original. I'll definitely keep the original. I got pictures of Bigfoot. I haven't shared with anyone. Who wants to see them? I got it on my phone. I should send it. Well, actually, I got it on Facebook too. Let me see here if I can find it. I got to find it, and I will share it to you people. See if it's here. I don't see it here. I don't have it on my regular page. Wait a minute. Nope, not on my regular page. But anyhow, I know where to get it. Let me see here. Let me see here. I got it right here. There we go. All right, now I'll come back to this and let me bring it up here. Are you guys ready for this? I got a great picture of them now. Are you ready? There he is, sitting on the wall, thinking. Oh, sorry, I had to do it. Yeah. With all honesty, no. Lou, you wrote a book there. I got to put my glasses on. Your daughter's seen something what people would refer to as the Mothman carrying a kill, a deer kill, and it dropped it onto the road. Me and my son went up there immediately because it was close to the house. I videotaped the skull that had 4 puncture holes through the cranium and brain fluid was leaking out of it. Never showed that video to anybody. Got quite a few others that nobody ever seen. Interesting. Very interesting. That is interesting. Oh, BJ. BJ. Control yourself. Questionable. I love it. Yes, I'm a slice scoundrel. Oh, shoot. I couldn't resist, folks. And it wasn't blurry. I should have blurred it. Oh, but yeah, seriously. Yeah. Another friend of mine, Jay, has taken a lot of pictures of Bigfoot in the one research area. And some of them are very blurry, you can't really make out. But other ones, you know what the hell you're looking at. And people still give him hell for it. And he just I'm glad he got broad shoulders because he just tells them, I don't care what you think. I'm not sharing those pictures for you. I'm sharing them for me. Oh, Johnny, you took a report of one carrying a deer from a security officer. That's cool. Of a Mothman carrying a deer. Yeah, Brian. Bigfoot is naturally blurry. That was my cement statue. And he used to hold a stick with a fishing line and lure on it. But that kind of, after a couple of years, kind of rotted away. So I put a small flag, American flag in there. And actually, I put a couple different ones in there because those sticks didn't hold up. Strong wind and they snapped. But anyhow, but Jay he got some fabulous pictures of Bigfoot that are not blurry. And Johnny, you know that for a fact too, because I know you've seen them from Jay. The first time I got to meet Jay, he had all these pictures, and I mean all of them. And then went to the car to grab more. It's like, holy shit. But yeah, he had me on my toe. Yeah, Jay is like you. Don't have to prove nothing to anybody. He don't care. And I'm glad he got broad shoulders because some people will just give up. He don't give a shit. And I'm very proud of Jay. I really am because he don't care if they're blurry, but he knows what he's seen. And some of those pictures were taken at 400 yards away with a okay camera at the time. So, yeah, they're going to be blurry. But that one that was up on the building running across the roof, now that one was interesting. That was very interesting. Jack Warren, the one he had of the baby Bigfoot. That's interesting. We don't. I kind of get harassed once in a while in downtown Sharon about Bigfoot. And I look at him, I say, I don't care if you believe it or not. I know what I saw, and I don't care what you think. If you don't believe, you don't believe. That's fine. I don't care. I'm not going to try to convince you otherwise. And I'm not. I'm not going to try to convince these people. They don't want to be convinced. So the hell with them. I'm not playing their games so they can play games with me. I don't give a damn. and different ones that come into one restaurant that I go to, the Sharon Hot Dog Shop, and they see that miniature Bigfoot I put up by the register, and they go, "Is that yours? Oh, you got a copy of that picture of the baby one? Awesome, Johnny." Yeah, and the way I look at it is that, all right, yeah, that's me. I'm the Bigfoot guy, if you want to call me that. And I kind of take that as an honor because I'm no expert. And everyone says, "Yeah, he's the Bigfoot guy." Josie, how you doing? But the thing is, Josie lives amongst, has a tribe of them living around her. I'm doing all right. Doing all right. But the thing is that, if you want to learn, I'm willing to tell you stuff I know, and other ones are willing to share their experiences, and stuff they learned. And it's okay to be a skeptic, just not an ignorant one. I'd rather deal with a skeptic instead of a total non-believer. A total non-believer won't have an open mind. A skeptic, well, I don't know if they're out there or not. Well, I'm not going to try to prove it to you, but I can tell you my experiences. Boom. Slow, Josie, slow. It's very slow. I got a bunch of stuff in here I got to pack up, and I'm going to do that tomorrow. I got a ton of stuff to get done tomorrow. But anyhow, the thing is, I have told people I don't care what they think or how they think about it. I know what I saw. I know what my friends had talked about and they witnessed and experienced. And, there's stuff out in the woods I experienced that I can't say for sure what it was. But I'm not going to say it was Bigfoot because I'm not sure. And my friends are the same way that I research with. And I'm very happy to say that I'm glad that I have friends like that. They're open to what is possibilities. And the possibilities just keep going and going and going. It's a rabbit hole we're running down and running circles in. Because I'm going to try to be polite with this part. We keep trying to do the same shit over and over and over again, and we're just spinning our wheels. Try something new. Try something different. Do a little bit different in your research, just a little bit. It might result in some great work and figuring things out. I don't know why people don't want to change their habits up of how they research, just a little bit. Johnny, you're right. There is a lot of things just nature. there are some things said to me by a researcher, and they don't believe the infrared eye actually deters a Bigfoot away from that, around it. So they're not going toward it. I don't know. That's some of the stuff we really don't know. We theorize that they can see it, but can they? Do they all have red eyes? Some people said they were yellow. I cannot tell you what color the one I saw because I did not look into the eyes. No. I looked around the face real quick. I looked at the body. I was staring at the body, thinking how big it was and how it scared the shit out of me. Even though I was looking to find them, I didn't expect it to be 15 feet away. You know. So, no more he said, she said. I believe that some things, people gifting, be careful what you gift. If you keep putting food out, they're come to expect to have it. They could get angry. I'm not saying they will. They could get angry if you don't bring any. And believe me, they know when you come into their area. BJ was gifted a crystal. Yeah, people do get stuck in their own groove, Josie. Big time. I mean, it's ridiculous. And they know they're getting stuck and they stay in that lane. Yeah, it could have been a porcupine too, Johnny. He had a guy contacting him about bark on a tree being peeled off. Told him not a Bigfoot, woodpecker. Woodpeckers will do it. Porcupines will do it. And yeah, up in Allegheny, we found a tree that the bark peeled off big time. So it's very interesting because it's like, wow, did my research, found out woodpecker, porcupines. Yes, porcupines will climb a tree and peel bark. So they can get the insects inside the bark. Yep. They do get angry. I did that without knowing it while I was trapping. Wait a minute, glasses. Jeez. Having known it while I was trapping, it tore into a trailer, probably thinking more food was in there. He's not even joking. Yeah, Lou, I believe that. I really do. I heard of them getting upset when you don't have food for them. If you're bringing that food as a gift, they do get angry. John Hickenbottom from Salt Fork Naturalist said porcupines were starting to come down from upper PA and Ohio, headed south. Hey, yeah. First time I ever saw a porcupine was alongside a road. It got hit. I drove past and I'm looking like, what the hell is that? Oh, wait a minute. Let me turn around. Went back and looked. I went, holy cow. That thing was bigger than a raccoon. You know, I thought they were just little creatures. No, they're big. I sure in heck don't want to get hit by their quills, I'll tell you that, for as long as those things were. Griff. You know, but who would think that a porcupine will climb a tree and peel bark off? Who would ever thought of that? But they do it. Josie, you had 30 crystal balls. That's cool. Glad to see you make it, Griff. You know, the thing is that, uh-oh. Mud says you're a lucky duck, John. Did you run up to it, try to pet it? Nope, not me. No, seriously. You know, they do get huge. And I've seen some videos of these dogs got the quills all stuck in their snout and on the top of their head. And they got hooks on them, so they don't come out so easy. Ugh. Not me, thank you. But anyhow, it's 8:17. You have a lot of porcupines in rural Clarion County, too. Oh, that's cool. Did not know that, Dylan. How would you know that, Brian? Do you got a pet one? Or are you just giving us a line? Seriously, I never knew that. All right, BJ. Yes, Josie, that I did know. I heard that you were called the spirit moose. BJ, say it in English. You know what I'm talking about. Talking native. What we're going to do with her. Yeah. But anyhow, let me scroll back up here. I know it's Josie's native language. You better just watch it. You know, you think I'm crazy? Remember, I know about where you live. I know how to find you. Hopping around, leaving like everywhere. Huh? What the hell you mean by that, Griff? So, BJ, Miss Smart Alec. Oh yeah. Yeah. They like me too, BJ, so don't even try it. Huh. I know I was only about 12 miles. You told me that the last time. But Bonnie will tell me exactly where you're at because she likes me. Nah, 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 nah. Oh, shoot. Yeah. With all honesty, I do pick on BJ, but I got a lot of respect for her too. You know, she deserves the respect. You're right, Griff. I run out of Dr. Pepper and the war is on. Uh, and I think the world of her too. She's a great lady. And when I, for the ones out there that don't know, Bonnie's BJ's mom. And she's such a sweetheart of a lady. And got nothing but love and respect for Bonnie. She made BJ stay at her stand. No, wait a minute, wait a minute. BJ is your boss? Explain, Josie. And Josie, I did not get an email from you yet. Wow. See, I'm converting everyone going to Dr. Pepper. Sparky, if you're out there, we're taking over. He's always trying to shove a Mountain Dew down my ass. But anyhow. Maybe to Calvin. Sparky, nope, 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 nope. My brother from another mother. You can tell because he drinks Mountain Dew. But hell, my mom didn't even drink Dr. Pepper. Don't know why not. But anyhow. Josie, I'm so sorry that she's the top mod. I really am. The crap you got to deal with. Oh. Oh. I'd have BJ moderate mine, but she always shows up late. I know you drink whatever I buy, Sparky. I know it's a good thing. But with all honesty, you know, I really enjoyed this evening. I got more work to do downstairs and up here, but I'm doing that tomorrow. Um, what is DSP, Josie? You got me confused. And what day in February? You did, Grip. Oh, okay. And what day in February did your sister Beth pass away? Wow. 7 days after my Beth. Wow. My, I'm sorry. Um, you got my condolences on that. And believe me, it threw me in the tailspin too. When my Beth, mine was a 69, and may I ask what she passed from? All right, Johnny, take care. I'll I'll be down this weekend, down to Beaver Creek. That's awesome. A lot of respect. Uh, When it comes to family, you do step up. Wow. Oh man. Sorry. My Beth, she had a couple really bad experiences at the hospital the last couple times she was there. And she had a UTI and it wasn't really clearing up. And I kept trying to talk her into going to the hospital. She didn't want to go. She didn't want to go for a week. Try to talk her into it. She finally decided to go on the 13th of February, our daughter's birthday. That evening, we get her to the hospital. 10 minutes after we were there, she became unresponsive to any command. They had to put her on support. Every time they tried to take her off for a week, they had her on that life support. And every time they went to take her off, she just started crashing out. So on the 20th, I had the whole family there. So the doctor explained what was going on. And she died from sepsis. So I keep saying if she'd listened to me and went to the hospital, she'd probably be here now. But who knows? It was her time. Oh, man. As a direct person dealing with other ones, you had to have CPR training. I know that. And performing it on your own sister. Wow. God bless you. God bless you. I know it was hard. You know, yeah, your training kicks in, but it's still hard. Uh, So you basically know what to do, and being an instructor. So, but still, that's family, your sister. That's rough. I don't care. That's rough, and a lot of respect for you able to do it, and you try your best, but it wasn't meant to be. With that being said, it's 8:30. I've been going at this for an hour and a half. I'm going to get out of here. I got work to do. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Listen to my mouth run all evening. I did before I came up. Griff. Oh. Josie, you're on Facebook. Look me up and send me a friend request. Thanks, Lou. I'm going to try. Send me a friend request. Even if you go to the Agents of the Unexplained page and look my name up. Yeah, BJ. That's good. Since I know it's Joan now, I can accept it. And if you can't, yes. If you can't find me, go to the Agents of the Unexplained. Go under the list of people. You can find me there. Oh, yeah. Go to BJ's too. Yeah, definitely. You all have a good night. You all stay safe. And please keep my family in your prayers. We're going through a rough patch. And I will talk to you all later. Good night, all.
This has been the Agents of the Unexplained Paranormal Podcast. Please like, follow, and share on all social media. And remember, the truth is out there.
Bill Rigby leads the way into the strange.